Hallo liebe Live-Dome-Zuschauer, schön, dass ihr eingeschaltet habt, dass ihr euch reingesäppt habt auf livedome.de. Es ist soweit. Gleich beginnt das Konzert von James Morrison und er sitzt jetzt direkt neben mir und beantwortet unter anderem natürlich nicht nur meine, sondern auch eure Fragen. So James, thanks for sharing some time with us. Great to have you here back in Germany. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love coming to Germany. I always have a good time, even if it's short, which it usually is. But yeah, I always have a good time. Make sure the crowds are always really good for me in Germany. Yeah, so I love playing gigs here, definitely.
Well, that's great. So, how's life treating you at the moment? You have a beautiful baby girl. How's Jill? How's Elsie?
Well, the girls are absolutely fine, but I just don't get to see them that much. It's been pretty busy this year, so I've been away more than I've been at home. Which has been pretty hard. But yeah, the music side of things has been going great, and the girls, you know, Jill and Elsie are absolutely fine. Yeah, it's just me. Yeah. I'm the only one who's like, I want to see my girls. Yeah. But
how do you keep contact with them?
You know, I phone every day pretty much, and I get her to send me a picture of my little girl so I can see how she's changing and stuff. And Skype every now and again when it works. I use that. Yeah, but other than that, it's just from the phone really.
And Skype with a webcam as well?
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I sorted all that out. But yeah, like I say, sometimes it doesn't work and it's all like, and everyone's just a bit like, yeah, computerized. So I'd rather just talk, you know.
That's great, fantastic. So one thing actually I'm still, you know, worried about. I don't know why, if you read about James Morrison, you're still being compared to James Bond. So how come? And when can you please get rid of that comparison?
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest. But I mean, to be honest, I think, you know, no matter how much you try and change or be different, there's always going to be someone that will compare you to someone else, you know. And I'm not worried about it anymore at all. It doesn't bother me.
But you were once, weren't you?
I wasn't worried. I was just a bit annoyed, you know. I was just a bit annoyed that people were so quick to kind of compare me to someone else who was totally different, you know. We're both totally different people. He's from a totally different background. His music's different. The only thing that's similar is that we play guitar and our name's James and we sing. But exactly. You know, I've got no problem with people comparing me because I know it's crap anyway. So I'm not too fussed.
So it never happened that you had to turn around on stage and look at your big name, James Morrison, hanging on the wall right behind you, right?
Well, I don't worry about it too much. I just don't. I try not. They're the wrong things to worry about, you know. I think the main thing you should be worrying about is your own songs and. Right. You know, and whether they're good enough to play to people. Right. You know, I don't worry about, you know, people comparing me to Paolo Nutini right. Or, okay. You know, I've met Paolo as well, and he gets it just as much as I do.
Okay.
So you know, we're all in the same boat with all these kind of comparison stuff.
Songs for you, truths for me. Let's talk about your latest album. Smash hit, of course, Broken Strings, 5-week #1 in Germany. You can thank your fans now for buying this CD.
Thank you very much. That's the first #1 I've ever had. So.
You should applaud them. You should applaud them.
Fair play.
No, that is great. It's a wonderful song. And together with Nelly Furtado, which I want to ask you about in a little while. But first, actually, how does it feel, you know, to be a star now? I mean, it's a question that you've probably always been asked, but it's a must-have, actually, a must-have question, because you were in pubs playing the guitar a few years ago, and now you're here, second album, won lots of prizes, you know, and you're sitting here now and playing in front of a few thousand people. How does it feel compared to a few years ago?
It's amazing how fast it changes, you know. I mean, it's weird, you know. It's definitely, obviously, better for any artist to be able to play gigs in front of more people and have your record played on radio and stuff. But a lot of it goes over my head, to be honest, you know. Like the success side of it is great when you know, obviously you want to do well, but I try not to concentrate too much on all that side of it and just do it for the right reasons. I think if you get caught up in all the success, then you start trying to figure out why it's successful and trying to repeat it and doing it for the wrong reasons. So I just try and ignore a lot of that. I love playing music, you know, and all the stuff that's happened for me has just come from me playing music, you know, and that's the way I try and look at it. I don't try and look at it as I'm a big star now, you know. You're only a big star for as long as you know, for however good your last song is or whatever. So.
And playing together with a band now also makes a difference, a big difference compared to you playing alone on the guitar.
I love playing with a band. I mean, ever since I was a kid, you know, that's all I ever wanted to do was get a band and be a part of a band. I never actually wanted to be a solo artist. I just wanted to be in a cool band and sing with a band, you know. So it's kind of cool in a way that, you know, I am both. I can do both. I can be a solo artist, but then when I'm on stage with my band, I'm in a band. I don't really see myself as a solo guy. It's everyone. And my band are so good.
Yeah?
They're so good.
Because they're doing everything you tell them.
Well, no, not necessarily that. You know, I'm not, yeah, I am, but not really. You know, I'll tell them what I want and I'll tell them if something's not right, but most of the time they're just on it, or they're on it all the time. You know, they never, I mean, there's never been a moment where I've had to say, look, don't do that again, that was shocking. You know, they're always, I mean, the drummer, he's an old school drummer from back in the day, man. Like most drummers want to be my drummer because he's so good. He played with Van Morrison and the other guys in the band are really established musicians, but they're not too slick either. You know, they love all the same kind of music as that I love, and all that old 60s, 70s stuff and Stevie Wonder, and so it's just great to play with great musicians. Yeah.
Now, you just mentioned your head, and I just want to throw in a little question here for the girls as well. Your hair has gotten shorter. Yeah. Do you have a new hairdresser?
No, I just got sick of having a mullet. You know, I think the mullet look was worn out in the 80s. And
It's the new James Morrison.
I was aware that I had a mullet until I chopped it off. And then I was like, wow, I had a mullet. That was bad.
So what do you think about yourself when you watch pictures?
Yeah, it's bad. I get kind of like, oh no, why didn't someone tell me I look like an idiot?
Well, you just... I believe nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that.
I just thought, yeah, it's good to have a change, you know, and it's less hassle when it's short.
Yeah, right.
You know.
And it does, yeah, exactly. It doesn't take as long under the shower, you know. It's fantastic.
Give it a bit of wax. Leave it. Get on with your day.
Let's talk about the meaning of the title.
Okay.
I would like to know what you mean by songs for you and truths for me. What are the truths?
Well, it's all about basically, they kind of came out naturally, you know. I didn't really know what I was going to be writing about until it came out. And it just seemed like there was a pattern. I was trying to kind of, you know, suss out what the album was going to be about or where it was heading. And in a lot of the songs, there was just little lines or little things that kind of rang true for me, you know. Like in Once When I Was Little, there's a line about holding on to your youth for as long as you can, and I definitely believe that, you know, people can grow up too quickly and lose what's magic about being naive, and there's lines in Broken Strings about, you know, the truth hurts but a lie's worse, and I just thought there was definitely little things throughout all the songs that kind of rang true and were like little messages to kind of you know, to remind me of what's important and what's not important, and the things that I should, you know, that are true that sometimes are hard to hear, or, you know, yeah, so it was all about that. Songs for You and Truths for Me was all about songs for everyone else and for my girlfriend, as in songs for you and truths for me. So it's not just, I didn't feel like it was just a load of songs. I really wanted it to feel like a diary or something that you need to get off your chest, you know. So that just summed up what it was. You know?
That you never can go wrong with the truth.
Well, you can go wrong with the truth sometimes.
Has that happened to you?
Definitely.
Yeah? What would Jill say?
In the beginning of you know, my relationship, I was honest to the point where it just upset people, you know. And I always thought that I was doing the right thing, but that's just the right thing for yourself, you know. I think you can tell the truth, and there's times where you should maybe tell a little lie, just because it's easier to do that, and you're not going to upset anyone, you know. And I've learned that, definitely, over the last couple of years, yeah.
Nelly Furtado.
Yeah. She's a fine woman.
Go on.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into trouble. No, she honestly, she's a beautiful, beautiful girl, man. The first time she walked into the room, I was like, oh my God. You know, not in a seedy way, but in just like a wow, she's just so beautiful. Her eyes are like wolf eyes or something. They're just really intense, you know. And she was really cool though. She was really cool, really funny, really exciting to work with. You know, she had a lot of energy. She was nothing like I expected her to be. I thought she'd be a lot more business kind of minded, but she is like that. But up front, she's just She's just very excitable and very young. She seems very young, you know, in a good way.
Okay, so you also recorded the song "Broken Strings" at Real World Studios from Peter Gabriel, right? Is that correct?
No, I didn't write it there.
Where did you record the song?
I recorded the song in, where was it now? It was in Matrix Studios, in Parsons Green in London.
Oh, in London?
In London, yeah. I did go up to Real World though.
And you met Peter Gabriel, did you?
I didn't meet Peter Gabriel, I was gutted. He walked past the cold.
You would love to.
Oh, I'd love to have met Peter Gabriel. He's a great singer, and a great singer. Yeah, he writes great songs, man. Yeah, I missed him. But I think he got back on the day that I was leaving. I was there for like a week, just like to do a writing experiment, basically, just working with loads of different people, like 4 different groups of people, and just to see what would happen, you know. And I think I got "Save Yourself" that ended up on the album from that. Everything else just wasn't worth using, really.
Great song, by the way. Peter Gabriel, I'm just aiming at, you know, something that you worked with Nelly Furtado and other stars, of course, but who's going to be the next star you would like to work with?
Barry Manilow. It's got to be. No, I'm joking.
Barry Manilow?
No, I'm joking. No, I don't like Köln. I was joking. I don't like Barry Manilow. I haven't got a clue. To be honest, you know, I only work with other people when it feels right, you know, or if it feels like, you know, there's an opportunity to get something different, then I'll take it. But I don't do collaborations for the sake of it. You know, I don't do it just because I'm a music slut and I like putting myself about with other people. You know, I only do it if I think it's worth doing. You know. But
definitely Peter Gabriel, you would work with him.
I'd love to work with Peter Gabriel. He's great.
Okay, I'll throw in a word for you. Unfortunately, I don't. One tragic thing that happened a few weeks ago: Michael Jackson died. And there's a quote from you saying on your website, jamesmorrisonmusic.com, that you're still in shock. Actually, what did you think when you heard the news?
God, well, I mean, I'm literally just coming to terms with it after the last couple of weeks. Yeah, it was a shock, definitely. I never expected to see "dead" next to Michael Jackson's name, ever. You know, I did have a feeling when I was a kid that, you know, it might happen one day. But I'm just glad I wasn't a kid when it happened, because I would have been so much more distraught. But I think after, you know, now it's happened, I think he's probably a lot happier where he is now than if he was still alive. He was really stressed out from the shows, from being in the media the whole of his life and having to carry all that stuff. I think. You know, whatever happens, whether he died before his time or not, he's still going to be as big a legend as he always was. So I think, you know, it's not as sad as it could be. It could be that, you know, nobody ever discovered his music, or, you know, the fact that he is loved as much as he is enough, I think, for his spirit to feel happy with his time on Earth or whatever, you know.
I personally cannot think of a song that nobody, I mean, everybody has at least one song he likes.
Yeah, man.
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Well, I've got a list that goes on forever, man. Dirty Diana, Smooth Criminal, Billie Jean. There's so many. Come Together. I like Come Together. His version of Come Together is wicked. Man in the Mirror is an amazing song. Even Earth songs, all right. You know, his later stuff I wasn't as keen on, but it's still really good. You know, In the Closet's an amazing song. I had Dangerous when I was a kid. I used to listen to it a lot. But yeah, his older stuff I always liked. Even the Jackson 5 stuff is amazing. You know, you know, Who's Loving You is an amazing song.
How much influence did he have on your career, on your music, on your way of thinking about music? And are you going to carry on his legacy maybe on stage?
Well, it's like, you know, I mean, inspiration comes from so many different places, and you can use it in different ways. You know, I don't do the moonwalk, and I don't when I sing, and I don't grab my groin, but but no, I'm being serious. You know, I don't do that. But from listening to his music, you just hear that whatever he sings with passion, and that was the main thing that I've got from people like Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder or Van Morrison or Cat Stevens or you know, any of those artists that make you feel like they mean what they sing. That's what gives me inspiration from people, you know. And I've always thought when I was a kid that Michael Jackson sang the shit out of any song and made it sound so kind of real, you know. Even though it's pop, he just put so much energy into his vocals. And even like Can You Feel It? You listen to Can You Feel It when he comes in, you're just like, yeah, come on, Michael.
Is that something you always love to have on stage as well, like him? The next 30, 40, 50 years maybe?
I haven't got a clue. I mean, I just go with it, and you know, change stuff when it feels like it needs changing. And you know, you need to mix up stuff with songs and set designs or whatever, just to keep it interesting for yourself. But I've always been about the songs. You know, I'll try and drive most of the show with the music, rather than like pyros and glitter and stuff. I'd rather just keep the main bulk of the show about the music, and everything else around that is just to lift the music up to another level, basically.
In the news yesterday, the Russians put 3 guys in a capsule for 500 days to simulate a journey to Mars. I don't know if you heard about that, but if somebody would do that with you, or would you make a journey to Mars, which 3 songs would have to be on your journey?
Life on Mars by David Bowie's got to be one, hasn't it? It's got to be, just for the namesake, I think. Is there life on Mars? Yeah, I'd give that one a go. I really don't know. Spaceman, that'd be a good one. Spaceman. I haven't got a clue, man. I think there'd have to be songs that you could hear again and again. Man on the Moon, there you go, yeah, there you go, there's the 3, all good.
Okay, great. Let's answer some questions. Maybe I have one in particular for you, because I got a personal message from someone in your forum, a girl. Actually, she sent me in your forum.
Oh, my forum.
Not at your farm, right? And in Rugby, your farm. Farmhouse. Can't you remember, James? No, from your forum.
Okay.
And she thinks you're so hot. She wanted to know if you could be thinking about planning a movie career maybe in the next few years. She'd like to see you in a movie.
Nah, she wouldn't. I think my acting skills aren't very, you know, I'm not an actor at all. If it was the right thing, I might try something, but not anything to do with Hollywood or, you know, I'm not an actor for a start. So I think it'd probably be a really bad film if they wanted to put me in it. You know, I would do it if it was the right thing. Maybe if it was like a small comedy role or something. You know, I wouldn't want to do something really serious because I don't know. You know, most of my life's been pretty serious as it is. So I just want to enjoy what I'm good at, you know. I enjoy playing music. I'd rather stick to that than try and be an actor and fail at it, you know.
You'll be on stage shortly, and I just listened to your crew playing some Crowded House during the sound check. Is that some music you like to listen to before the gig?
Not really. I think that's just because we haven't had enough time to sort out the playlist before we go on.
What do you like to listen to before the gig?
I like to listen to bits of old school stuff like Al Green, Stevie Wonder. There's a guy called Citizen Cope who's really good. Ray LaMontagne. What else? You know, Sam and Dave, Solomon Burke, James
Interesting mixture.
Van Morrison, just old school stuff, you know, stuff that will reference where I've got my references from, you know.
Great. So, do you have any rituals before you go on stage? Do you do anything, anything in particular?
Nothing really interesting other than, I mean, I basically, you know, I take it each day as it comes, you know. Some days I'll have a steam, you know, that helps to open up your lungs and stuff. I've got this syrup that's like from Japan, and I just call it monkey spunk.
Monkey spunk?
Yeah, it could be anything.
You inhale that, or what do you do?
You just drink it. You drink it. Yeah, it's a weird stuff. It's really weird.
How much is it?
Yeah, it's like become this thing. Like, where's the monkey spunk?
Where do you get that?
Yeah, it's from like you get it from Japanese
From the internet?
stores. Yeah, you can get it on the internet or just buy it from a homeopathic store. Yeah, that's where we got it from. Or I'll have a tea. That's about it. I do a warm up. Simple as that. I don't, just try and relax is the main thing. Not get too like jittery about the gig. Just enjoy it.
Well, I wish, and I think your fans will too, wish you all the best for the future.
It's gonna be rocking tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for giving us the time for the interview, and well, rock the stage. See you at the gig, and have fun in Germany. Thank you very much, James Morrison. Thank you very much. Danke natürlich auch an euch. Und jetzt gibt es natürlich das Konzert bei livedome.de. Ich und natürlich auch James. Wir wünschen euch viel Spaß. Er wird schon dafür sorgen. Macht's gut. Tschüss.